Hola, my film aficionados. Welcome to Frame by Frame, starring moi, Christopher Not Nolan. Because if I were the real deal, I would be directing and producing epic finales like The Dark Knight Rises. Get your popcorn and let's dive into a cinematic journey. And guess what, y'all? I'm not flying solo today. Yeah, you heard that correctly. This time, I've got a fantastic guest host who is just as passionate about movies as I am. He has definitely got some fire hot takes that he's ready to bring to the table, and some of them may be a little bit too hot for me. He has an extensive background in dancing. Y'all can find him on Instagram and on TikTok. And what else can I say? He's a good friend of mine. So let's not wait any further and let's bring him in. Robert.
What's going on, man? It's an
Dude.
honor to be here, man. Thank you for having me, man. I love to just talk about movies, film, anything. And I'm glad I got you, man, a good friend that I could like talk up with this about this with. And, we got a platform
Absolutely.
to do it on, man. And so I'm very excited. I've been doing movie reviews now for like honestly since I was like probably like 19 years old. I'm 27 now, so like it's been a long ride. And I started on the Instagram stories, then made them into Instagram Reels, the movie reviews, and then I went to YouTube, started doing them there. Then I stopped doing them there. So I mainly just do them on Instagram now. My YouTube is just for like my workout videos or my live streams, and I'm very very passionate about just film, movies, shows, anything.
Obviously, I'm very excited to have you here. And of course, I have my notes here for you. So let's get right into it. What is a movie that you're able to think of that's one of the first movies that you saw?
First movies that I saw?
Yeah, as a kid.
You know what's crazy? My list is actually gonna be kind of crazy because you're probably gonna be like, "What the hell were your parents doing, making you watch these films?"
Tell
But
me.
the first one was, it's my favorite movie of all time, School of Rock, that we're probably gonna talk about later on. Jack Black, one of my favorite actors, like till this day, because of that movie.
Before we enter the School of Rock, what is it about? Is it about the world of cinema that resonates with you?
Just the fact that we're able to just see like just actors and actresses just like create like a piece of media that like on the screen just for us to enjoy, that like they portray it so well, and just to see stuff just created on like a big screen and make you think that it was real. Like I remember when I was a kid, I'd be watching a movie and I thought that was real. Like, like somebody with powers and stuff, like I thought it was real. I'm like, oh, that's happening somewhere out there in like the world as we speak. But then my parents are just like, no, it's all fake. And I was just like very interested that like, I was very like intrigued that like, it was very real to me. I know it's like not real, clearly not real. It's all like just cinema, but like, it was very, it was just very captivating for me from the start that like something like that can actually be portrayed on like, a screen.
Okay, so basically, you just like the creation of
Hmm.
a fictional world being brought onto the big screen, no matter what kind of adventure, what kind of world it is. And it seems like with you, you're able to go into those worlds just to enjoy the fun out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that is great to know. And we're now going to enter the world of School of Rock because we could all have a little bit of an infectious Dewey Finn energy with us, and just
Hmm.
by the rock of Jack Black, that was a breakout role for him,
It
and
was 100%.
it honestly seemed like he had way too much fun in there. Let's get into the School of Rock. And if we all had a bit of Dewey Finn in us, the world would be a lot more chaotic, but in a way, some structured fun. Not only gave us some unforgettable musical moments, but also reminded us the best way to teach is sometimes just to rock out, responsibly, of course. For those who have not seen School of Rock, well, where were y'all raised? And the fact that Jack Black plays Dewey Finn, a guitarist who is fired from his band that goes on to pose as a substitute teacher at a prestigious preppy school. He then goes to form a band with the fifth grade students to get this, try to win the contest Battle of the Bands, all because in order to pay his rent. Now, as an adult, I feel that adulting don't play when it comes to those bills. With Jack Black, it's like the ultimate side hustle. You rock out, get some bills paid, you build your crew along the way. Before it was Mean Girls Day, we had this movie. Because just by the sound of that, School of Rock was released on October 3rd, 2003, that grossed out to
Damn,
130
that's crazy.
million with a reported 35 million budget. That's something else. I'm trying to remember if I watched it in the theater. I don't think I watched it in the I don't think I watched it in the movie theater. I think I actually watched it in class after it was out.
Saw it in the movie theater either. It was just all DVD.
I think that's why I probably watched it too. My memory is a little bit hazy when it comes to like my first time watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But like as of right now, it has achieved 92% on Rotten Tomatoes for it being a fun family film that's well acted, funny, and it just basically rocks. So,
92%. Damn, that's really good.
dude,
92% is really good.
for a film that's like that, like in order to get to the 90s, you have to have some sharp writing, some good acting, and the story just has to flow well. And for it to be 92% of that time, it's pretty interesting. And the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
pretty good.
it had made a lot of impact even now, just 20 years later. Because here, like, let's see if you'll be fascinated by this. In 2024, last year, Looper ranked it number 41 on its list of 50 best PG-13 films of all time. And there's a lot of PG-13 films out there.
That's good. That's really
That
good.
is because it grew in its popularity that it turned into a stage musical on Broadway that lasted for 4 years, from 2015 to 2019.
I didn't even know that. Oh, damn. That's good. I
I
didn't even
know,
know
dude.
that.
And then, not only that, there was even a TV series on Nickelodeon that lasted for 3 seasons. Although, to be fair, it doesn't star Jack Black, unfortunately. So that's some of the magic that was taken out of it. And I haven't seen it yet, but if it lasts 3 seasons, it must have been, they were doing something right.
Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't know that. Oh, well. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you did a cameo for the show, that would have been,
Yeah, that would have been great. But
yes. How do you feel about the movie establishing that type of legacy?
it's amazing, man. Just that movie deserves it. And I don't think I could say anything bad about it. Like, the comedy was so good. Jack Black was amazing. All the kid actors were amazing as well. And I feel like that movie also just got a lot of people into like just rock and roll music, because that's what it did for me. That's where I started getting into like rock and roll music.
Especially when Dewey Finn was giving his students homework about, if you listen to this drum
Mhm.
beat, you listen to this guitar solo,
Yeah.
you listen to the vocals of Pink Floyd on Dark Side of the Moon, and then
Mhm.
he mentions like Led Zeppelin. Like, it sucks that he didn't mention, like, he mentioned AC/DC, but he didn't mention Aerosmith. I was like, yo, the Ramones, like the
Mhm.
Beatles, like you didn't even mention some of those. Like,
He
but
mentioned a lot of rock bands that I didn't even know about, like Motorhead and everything. I was just like,
I think and that's because I watched it earlier. Robert Plant, is that what he said?
yeah, Robert Plant.
Okay, so see, that was one that I did not even know.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
like,
that.
yeah, I listen to some rock and alternative, but I don't go in that deep. But this shows that it's all about the music, and it's all about
Mhm.
the enjoyment, and it's all, and even just that attitude of where you just rock on, you embody that different type of confidence, especially when at the very end, when it comes to the Battle of the Bands, and the student Zach goes in with his solo guitar. Talk about a boost of confidence for a 10-year-old on stage wearing that type of fit.
That clip alone made me want to play the guitar, because it's just is it because of Zach. I want to be in. I tried to play
Bruh,
guitar, but I just couldn't continue it because like I was just too immature back then. But I wish I could. I wish I could have stuck with it. But you know,
Bruh, be real with me. Did you at least buy Guitar Hero to play after watching this movie?
oh, dude, I had Guitar Hero 3, 2, Rock Band. I had Guitar Hero Metallica because Metallica is my favorite band. So I had all the Guitar Heroes, and I was like expert difficulty, just freaking just shredding it.
See, you were an expert. I
Yeah, I was that
was
expert.
probably at beginner intermediate. The fact that Jack Black was doing his guitars,
Mhm.
and then all the kids were playing their instruments as well.
And
Like,
the guitar is an instrument that I've heard that like you never stop learning. Like you're always learning new things. Tom Morello, the guitarist for Rage Against the Machine. I don't know what it's called, but he has the term for it where he literally like plays into the amplifier. So he's playing the guitar and he's like facing the amplifier, and the sound waves just get reverted back, and it creates like this distorted like sound. Like that's what I mean when the guitar is like an endless instrument. You can just learn like and just keep learning. My favorite instrument, by the way, is the guitar.
what are some of your favorite lines
I
from the
actually will
movie?
tell you my favorite line.
Tell me.
It's a rare blood disease, stickitotomonneosis.
When I heard that line, I was
Oh,
just like, "There's no way he just said that." I feel like it was just him. I feel like most of that script was just kind of like freestyled, honestly. Now that I think about it, because it's just like they're probably just like original lines. It's just like this is Jack Black coming up with stuff because it's just like, how do you come up with something like that? You get me?
I don't know. When it comes to comedy, you have to have a certain art form. When it comes to improv and then just knowing like a certain tone that you have to deliver and it's all about timing, Jack Black has a unique sense of humor that cannot be copied by anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, you see what he's doing now. He's the voice of Bowser and Mario. He did
Yes.
Minecraft. He's killing it right now, man. He's still killing it to this day. He always was, but like he's still killing it
Well,
to this day.
he's having a resurgence now, and he's
Hmm.
sticking to where he's known best.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
when it came to School of Rock, at that time, like after the success of that movie, he started doing different genres. Obviously, he tapped into Nacho Libre, but he went into
Another.
he yeah, but he went into epic drama with King Kong. He also did The Holiday, which was very out of range for him.
Yeah, it was. It
And
was.
so, like at that point, like School of Rock was definitely shows that that's where he's mostly gifted at. But he was also versatile in his other films that were obviously very successful. So when you think of 2000s, Jack Black has to be one of the figures that you think of.
I agree.
Some of the lines that I wrote down that were funny to me, when he's asking the girl, what is it? What is that thing you play? The cello?
Okay, this is a bass guitar, and it's the exact same thing, but instead of playing like this, you tip it on the side, cello, you've got a bass.
I forgot about that line, but you saying it brought back so many memories.
See, that's where it comes down to delivery. The fact that Jack Black just like anybody could have just done it, just like very simple, but it's the emphasis in his voice and cello.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you caught it, but like when he was assigning everybody roles, and he's like, and then he assigns everybody the roles, and he's like, and like, as for me, I'll be shredding lead vocals and shredding lead guitar. And then do you see the kick
Yes.
do you see the kick that he does when he kicks his leg?
Yes.
At first, when I first saw that movie, I didn't notice it, but then my mom pointed it out. She's like, he fucking kicked his leg up in the air, and I was like, what do you mean? And I like look, and she goes back, and then I noticed. I was like, wow, I've seen this movie like 20 times already, and I just barely noticed it.
And then also to mention, like one of my other favorite lines that I put down was
What's your name?
Freddie Jones.
Freddie Jones. Shut up!
he just has this wild delivery that just is truly gifted by him. And I like how he was trying to get the principal drunk just to go on the field trip, and by putting on Stevie Nicks, that was like, okay, you're coy. I see you. Here's what I also find that I didn't even notice before: the fact that this is 2003, and yet there's a gay kid in his class, Billy,
Yeah,
who
Billy, yeah.
is the stylist for the band.
You want to know
And
what's crazy though? Like I was too young to really know about like gay and stuff like that, so I literally just thought he was like a normal person. I was like, okay, I'm like, okay, his voice is high. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like I just didn't like, and then I'm like, oh snap, that kid was gay.
Yeah,
And
well,
I,
yeah, well, he's a kid. He's a kid that's like presumably is going to turn
Yeah.
out gay later, but he just doesn't know it. All we know of him that which obviously, like growing up, I had forgotten about that. But then but it never occurred to me to question it because, like
yeah, it
you,
never
I
did.
also
It
saw
never
that.
did to me either.
Yeah, because he was just a normal kid, like the rest of his classmates, who were not picking on him for his voice.
Exactly.
And like when he dressed up his two classmates in that glam and fabulous attire,
I
they
remember
weren't
that.
even questioning it. They were just more like, okay, teach. Does this look good?
You can't even dress yourself. Look at that bow tie.
Don't even be talking about my bow tie.
So it was quite progressive of them to include a presumably gay kid in the movie, but not make it a big deal. The principal didn't
Yeah.
make it a big deal. Pairings didn't make it a big deal. It was just the norm. And that was a good note that I noticed that when I picked that up.
Yeah.
I also think like another funny thing to add when I had written down the note is where, towards the end of the scene where all the parents are in the principal's office, she leaves, takes a breath, and then comes back. I just like where Joan Cusack was literally saying, okay, I have just been informed that all your kids are missing. When it comes to comedy, like, especially for kind of direction that you're going for, you need to have certain actors who are knowing to not take it over the top like it's on Broadway, but just know how to do it just enough for film.
I
And
agree.
so it was just Joan Cusack delivered that well. Jack Black obviously does it well. Although I am going to tell you that you said that you cannot say one bad thing about the film. I've got a couple of things to say.
Okay, let me hear it.
That apartment, bruh.
The apartment?
The apartment looks like they had 3 different tiny sets from a comedy show and then just squished them all together and called it an apartment. You had the kitchen that was red brick and red tile. Then where they sat at, it was brown brick and brown tile. Then you go to his bedroom, it's green. And there's what? Like, come on, bro. The budget was 35 million. They could have afforded a decent apartment.
They got to use the budget somewhere else, I guess. But to be fair, I never noticed that. Like, as much as like I saw that movie, like I never. And like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about the apartment in my head. You're probably right. But
dude,
to me, it wasn't really like that big of an issue. But you know, I understand.
No, but it was one of the things that caught my attention. And then the fact that the couple was living with him, like Sarah Silverman and her and the guy, he's a temp. She works as an assistant to the mayor. I was like, okay, this is 2003. Y'all couldn't afford like a decent apartment, like with that kind of money. But I'm trying to think of like,
what city were they in again? I don't remember. It was supposedly say they were living in. I feel like it was New York, but I could be wrong.
No. I think it was either in like in Chicago or Philadelphia. I found it ironically hilarious when towards the end about, you know, because like he's posing as Ned, as a substitute teacher. I find it funny how she called the cops on her boyfriend's friend just being a fraud. Like that was like, girl, you're taking it way too extreme.
Well, like that was her character though. She was just supposed to be a bitch. And I literally remember my mom saying this to me when I was young. She's like, "Don't ever go for a woman like that when you're older." I literally remember my mom saying that. She's like, "You don't go for a woman like that when you're older." And he just closes the door on her.
I would have slammed the door on her too. And then the nerve, let me tell you, the nerve of her and him to say, "I think you should move out." Bitch, the apartment is under Dewey Finn's name.
And the whole moral of the story was like just Dewey getting screwed over and having to just make up for it, which I respect too, because literally he got kicked out of his band. Like his homie's girlfriend is against him and everything. And the whole world's out to get him. Like, well, the whole rock world's out to get him because he's over here performing with kids. Well, and it was just him trying to make a statement for himself, too.
That's some of the themes that I saw in this movie. Embracing your childhood and not having to take life too seriously. But Dewey Finn is an example of where you just got to keep pursuing it, keep the drive up. And
I agree.
While amongst that journey, he awakened a lot of the joy in these kids that they didn't even know that they had.
That Battle of the Bands performance by School of Rock was incredible.
Okay.
It was incredible.
Okay, we need to get into the Battle of the Bands performance. So the fact that is obviously the climactic end of the movie, and we're trying to see like, okay, what is going to happen? How are they going to perform it? And especially this is Zach's song. Okay, how are they going to do the uniforms and then the lighting and then how great is the song going to be? I didn't realize how great of a song that was.
It's a good song. I remember I would listen to that song too. I'd be like, okay, this is like, I mean, they played a lot of songs too during like the School of Rock. Yeah. But like, I think that one was my favorite, which I mean, it's like, it was the song they ended it with. So,
do you remember Recess School's Out, the animation? So I feel like that song would go well with that movie and series, like because it goes well. And I really like that song.
The climax of the song and him stage diving and the crowd actually catching him. Yeah. It was like such a beautiful way to like just end that song and just end like, well, it's not the full end of the movie, but like just to like. That's the climax of it. It was just beautiful. It was like poetry, honestly.
And that was literally the point of this. And then especially when they had the encore by the kids' parents, the audience, they were vibing it. The fact that shows that even if you didn't ultimate contest, you won the people. And that's the big thing. And that's the whole takeaway of it. And then like those are definitely some very powerful themes that are timeless, where you just got like the show must go on. You got to continue. You build the bond with, you never know what kind of bond you're going to build with, whether it's through your job, through music, etc. I really like this film.
No, yeah, it's amazing. Great film.
Yeah. And so I'm glad that I rewatched it and just recently re-enjoyed what I really liked of those elements about it. We're going to change this up just a little bit for you. You'll actually be the first guest to do it. Okay. It's called One Gotta Go.
One Gotta Go. I like this already. Okay.
Yep. So I'm going to present to you 4 things, and you got to tell me which one of those has got to go.
Okay.
And so the first one, we're obviously going to do this a little bit Jack Black related. Okay. School of Rock, King Kong, Nacho Libre, or The Holiday.
God damn, dude, that's so hard. I'm going to answer it because There's 3 films that I really enjoyed, and one of them was just like, okay, it's enjoyable, but I'm like, The Holiday gotta go.
Nightly. Bruh. The Holiday.
It's just School of Rock. I mean, you already know that movie's done a lot for him. Nacho Libre is iconic. King Kong was like his step into like something different, and I actually think he did really good in King Kong. And so, and The Holiday I enjoyed, but like I generally like those other 3 projects more than The Holiday. I'm not trying to trash The Holiday. The Holiday's amazing as well.
Okay, mine's different.
What was yours?
I'm gonna let you guess. Which one do you think I'm gonna choose to go?
Nacho Libre.
Yes, obviously with School of Rock, I love the humor. King Kong, it is just a great dramatic film where he showed his versatility there. The Holiday, I love watching The Holiday every winter season. It is just one of my go-tos around the December time, and I literally just love it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that one got to go for me. Now we're gonna do round 2. So this one's gonna be completely different. So we got Toy Story, The Lion King, Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles.
Okay, I'm gonna have a hard opinion right now.
It's okay. Go for it.
The Incredibles is one of the best animated movies I've ever seen in my life, and it's one of the best animated films ever. Like I'm just gonna say that. So The Incredibles is staying for sure. I gotta do it, man. Like I think you're gonna disagree with me on this, but
What?
Wait, hold on. There's two now that I'm thinking of. I'm gonna have to say,
Don't make me lunge at you, bro.
Toy Story's gotta go because the Lion. Toy Story. I think Toy Story 2 and 3 are better than the first one. That's just my. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Lucky I cannot lunge across the screen at you right now. I'm gonna disagree with you because I have to keep Toy Story. That was a big part of my childhood. Toy Story 2 is my favorite of the 3.
Second one's my favorite too.
Thank you. I like the Star Wars references in the second one. That's why. So
with Buzz and what's the villain's name for Buzz?
Zurg.
Zurg, yeah.
Yes. So I'm keeping Toy Story and I'm keeping Lion King because Lion King is my favorite Disney movie of all time.
If you get rid of The Incredibles, I swear I'm gonna jump to the screen, dude. Get rid of Finding Nemo, man.
Well, actually, because you know what, I initially when it had came up, I had said The Incredibles, but when it comes to Finding Nemo obviously is a legacy as well. So is The Incredibles. I definitely did enjoy The Incredibles more because it's basically Fantastic Four, but in red. That's literally it. And so with Finding Nemo, no shame to it. That one gotta go.
Love you, Chris. Love you, man. You kept The Incredibles. That's all I meant.
This one is an actor's edition. Yeah. So the ones that are in the realm of Jack Black, we've got Jack Black, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, and Will Ferrell. Which one gotta go?
Will Ferrell's staying for sure. I'll actually put him over Jack Black. Will Ferrell's one of my favorite actors of all time. So Will Ferrell, Jack Black, and then it's between Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler.
Bro, tread lightly. You've been treading very on this tightrope, very lightly with all of these rounds.
Damn, I don't know if I want to say it. I have an answer, but I don't think I want to give an explanation to this because it might be crazy. I love Adam Sandler. Don't get me wrong. I love his movies, but like I think Jim Carrey is just more talented.
See, the thing about Jack Black and Jim Carrey is that they both have they have animated comedy, but the fact that they have their own individual style. And that's what sets them apart from all of these other comedic actors. So that's why, like, for me, like my personal thing, I'm keeping Jim Carrey. The Mask was also another one of the movies that I obsessed with, like growing up. And before we had Deadpool breaking the fourth wall, we had The Mask. We literally had his character. Jim Carrey for me is staying. And then, Jack Black is also staying because his filmography is untouchable in terms of some of the stuff that he's done. So I'm choosing between Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell. You know what? I think I'm going to say just because of that. Sorry, bro. I'm going to kick out Will Ferrell.
You monster.
Adam Sandler, we know he goes for those type of comedy films like Grown Ups, Just Go With It. Those like tongue-in-cheek, sort of cringe type. But when Uncut Gems came out, I didn't realize how talented he could be.
Yeah, it's a different role.
So that's why I am keeping Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I don't really think Will Ferrell's done anything different besides like being that funny guy.
Now we're going to enter in one of my favorite segments of where we're going to enter a lot of the stuff that is happening behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about.
Okay.
And that is the real talk. Now, this is one of the things I actually wanted to discuss with you because we had previously talked about it before being on the podcast, where about the superhero fatigue. I had asked the question online about is it superhero fatigue that we're experiencing or is it something else? Marvel was starting out, it was just 1 to 2 films a year. And that's all that we were getting. And then once Endgame happened, we are getting streaming shows from Hawkeye, WandaVision, She-Hulk, Loki, all bombarded all at once.
I'm
And
tired
it,
of streaming shows, by the way, for Marvel.
yeah. So you see, like before, like the earliest show that I thought about was Agents of Shield. That was like a big deal, and people were watching that because it was like, okay, we have 1 to 2 movies a year. Now we have a TV show, and that is steady, and then so that way we can go with what's all right, where is the timeline there. But then when you got like 6 or 7 other characters that are also having multiple episodes, multiple seasons, it can be overwhelming for the average viewer.
I think it's true to a certain extent. I definitely just think it's just there's just been some shitty films with like Marvel, and DC just got back to its roots again, which with starting with Superman and James Gunn, like the DC is just starting to come back up. So DC was kind of out of the question until Superman. Marvel's just been putting out some shitty movies. And the shows are just like not it. It's like a majority of the stuff that came out from Marvel was shows. Like literally, since Fantastic Four came out, which was in July, we're not getting another superhero movie until a year from then, which is crazy, because it hasn't happened in a while. And also, I just feel like it was just so simple, like back then when Marvel was first figuring it out, because there was no alternate dimensions, no multiverse, no nothing. It was just so simple to the point where it could just be real, like kind of. Which my hot take right now with the superheroes is like with Doomsday and Marvel.
Yeah.
I really don't think Marvel knows what the hell they're doing with Doomsday. They had to restart because of Kang. They had to restart because they got rid of Jonathan Majors, and so like that kind of like set them back into like their plans. Of course, everything happened. And literally, like, I was listening to the Escape Pod. They said that like the guy, because they announced the cast, we all know that the Marvel did the whole thing with the chairs and everything. The guy that played Nightcrawler, and literally, like, they interviewed him and he said, like, I was literally just filming in a room with a green screen, saying my lines, doing my thing. Nobody was with me. It was literally just me, and that was it. And that's literally all he filmed. And literally, that just tells me Marvel doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Like when it comes to Doomsday. So literally, like the stakes are so high for Doomsday, twisted to like in a whole different level. If Doomsday fails, Marvel's fucked.
Yeah, but you know what? It does seem that with Marvel and how I feel like this break after Fantastic Four to Doomsday, it was done on purpose because I'm sure that in the offices, Marvel and the higher ups were also seeing that the audiences were getting superhero fatigue because of the fact that Thunderbolts didn't do that well. Even Fantastic Four was struggling a little bit.
I thought Fantastic Four did well. I mean, it did more better than
It
Thunderbolts,
did,
but
it did great in reviews. Like both Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four did great in reviews, but in numbers wise, because people were just not feeling it. I think Thunderbolts was in like 300 million mark, and then Fantastic Four was in the 5 to 600 million mark, and that's it. But all of the other films that went past that $700 million mark, F1, Mission Impossible, Lilo and Stitch, Nezha 2, all of these that are non-superhero films people were more interested in. Let me ask you this question. If you were watching an actor that turned out to be AI, is that a deal breaker for you to watch a movie?
damn, you might not like this answer either.
Okay.
I genuinely think that the world is evolving at this point, you just gotta like, as much as you don't want to, you gotta just kind of like deal with it and suck it up if you have to. It's getting to that point, man. And like, as much as like, I don't want to see it. I will say that I don't want to see it. But like, what can we do, man? That's just how the world is becoming,
So you're just basically saying that it's not a deal breaker for you, though.
It's not a deal breaker for me. Like, I'll watch it, and like, if the movie's good, like, I appreciate a film for like it being good. And if AI is what makes it good, then I mean, I can't really say anything about it.
Because that's the thing. Technology is advancing so fast that it is starting to shape Hollywood in a different way that a lot of people are not agreeing with. I had stated in a previous episode of where the AI talent to Lee Norwood is being seeked by talent agencies over actual women who can move their faces, who are just as talented, who have experiences and memories that they can draw from
Yeah,
in
no.
order to be in a movie or a TV
Yeah,
show.
and I don't agree with that either. I feel like the women should get their roles.
Yes. And so on top of that, now there's Avatar Fire and Ash is actually one of the first films to say AI was not in the use of making this movie. Recently, what just came out is that Matthew McConaughey and the actor Michael Caine, they literally sold their voices to AI, especially the company 11 Labs, who is the one behind the creation of Tilly Norwood. It's kind of like, what it just reminds me of? I just thought about it right now. Do you remember Rogue One, where they used Princess Leia at the very end?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of that, where
Mm-hmm.
people had issues with her being digitized back for that movie,
Yeah,
and because it didn't feel real, it didn't feel humane,
it
and I was
wasn't.
and like in that circumstance for me, it's like, okay, it was a brief cameo. I didn't see a big issue with it, but that's everybody else apparently had an issue with it. Not everybody isn't agreeing about using AI when it comes to this, because it says here that apparently Morgan Freeman is apparently taking legal action over AI clones using his voice. This is going to be an ongoing conversation, and I'm definitely going to be asking like future guests this, because we're going to see AI in front of us before we know it, and it's going to definitely shape. It's only not going to affect actors and directors who are going to have to work with AI. Then it's all about, okay, what departments are going to be using AI? They had used AI for Adrian Brody's character's accents in order to make him.
I did hear about that. I did hear about that. Yeah, that,
Yes.
and then he won an Oscar for that too. And so
Yes.
it's like that I don't agree with.
Okay. So I was going to add in on, I remember I had a strong opinion at that time where it's not against Adrian Brody's talent at all. But I feel that Timothée Chalamet was robbed of that Oscar. He should have won for Complete Unknown. And when that controversy came out of where AI was used to shape his character better, that should have been a disqualification
I
right
agree.
there.
I agree. I agree.
And so it's like, no shade to
I
Adrian
think
Brody. If Timothée Chalamet mastered Bob Dylan's voice without AI, and all of these other actors who have also done just as hard to dive into their characters, so you're basically saying to the people, you're rewarding this award to someone who while worked hard for their role, has some extra help.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree. I think AI should be used in just like visuals and effects, like if that's even possible. I mean, I'm not an AI. I'm not fluent in AI, so I
yeah,
definitely don't think it should be used to amplify a certain actor's performance. I
yeah,
definitely don't agree with that. I feel like it should just be used to like amplify like scenery or,
yeah,
displays and everything. But like when it comes to just amplifying the character itself, like your actors, you train hard to earn these roles. Like, so put it to the use
absolutely.
and don't get amplified by technology, but use your raw skills to the strength, to the test,
Yeah, because one example that I could think about is Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep has done like maybe over 10 accents in her like 40-year career.
Crazy.
Like, she had to learn new languages. Like Sophie's Choice, she had to do a whole different dialect, a whole different language. And so it's like, so if someone like her is an example of where you use your raw talent and skills to really get those accents done and put in the work in order to authenticate this role to the T, then AI needs to not have interfered in that. It should just definitely be kept to where it can enhance the visuals more. Before we wrap up the episode, I am going to ask you another question. What are some of your favorite films from this year?
It's great that you asked because I actually got a top 10 list. So number 10, I have, which I can go on a whole tangent on this movie, How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Oh, yeah.
Because I put it at 10 because it literally just stuck to the script. So as I said, it stuck to its original. The blueprint was already laid out with the animation.
Yes.
You got it right there. Follow it, and that's what they did. But for some reason, a lot of live action movies, live adaptations can't just do that.
Well, people had a problem with Lilo and Stitch doing an exact copycat of that.
It's in Lilo and Stitch. I don't think they just did it well though. Like, because like I gave that one a 10 out of 10. I really think that's the only live adaptation I've seen that's actually done it that well. I think about it.
Okay. So keep going.
Number
Okay.
9, which I mean, this movie took over 2025. You can't really say if you're saying anything bad about this movie, you're a hater.
Tell me.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
That's right.
Like, the kids were singing it everywhere they went. I saw like 40 K-pop Demon Hunter Halloween costumes this past Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, And it's not just for the kids; it's for the adults can watch this too because it was so good, just story wise and music wise. Like two
Yeah.
of the songs were on my playlist. It's a
Was it
great
Golden and Soda Pop?
Yo Soda Pop and Your Idol.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Animations are great, and you're gonna be getting a lot more animations in my top 10 list. Let me just say this: anime took over 2025 in movies. Like whether you like
Okay.
it or not, like it's the truth. And
Okay.
so number eight, I'm actually gonna put another anime film on there, and
What
that
is
is
it?
gonna be Neza 2.
Yeah.
Neza 2 literally hit $1 billion in box office. So the majority of that was from China. I do understand that, but and then it was released in America when it first came out, but nobody really heard about it. And then it always stayed in China, but it was doing records in China. Like it was super, it was doing so well. It was literally just incredible. The animations were they're putting steroids in Chinese animations. I swear, those animations were so good. Okay. So that's my number 8 spot. And so number 7, I'm gonna have to go with the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
The Fantastic Four and was literally just a good sign of Thunderbolts was also good. I'm gonna give that one an honorable mention. But the Fantastic Four really said okay, there could be potential with Doomsday. The Marvel universe could be going in a good direction. I think I gave Fantastic Four a 9.5 or something, or 9.9 because it was literally almost perfect. It was just so good. The characters were good. I was really nervous for Joseph Quinn being Human Torch because Human Torch is one of my favorite Marvel superheroes, and I was I don't know if he could do it because I saw him in Stranger Things, one of my favorite shows by the way, but that's irrelevant. And I was I don't know if I see him as Human Torch because one, he's not hot enough. The Human Torch has to be hot, and two, I just don't understand that's how his realm. And yeah, he may not be hot enough for Human Torch. Sorry, I said it, but he killed it as Human Torch, acting wise. I will say that he did really good.
And he also doesn't have the same charisma as Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans was just that guy could just do everything. That guy's just the GOAT. He could literally be a hot douchebag, and then he could be a hot Samaritan saving America and everything. Symbol of peace for Captain America.
He's just hot in general.
Yeah, that dude's just got it. And yeah, now I'll put it in order. 6, I'm gonna have to say Superman.
Okay.
And these next two that I'm going to say after Superman, you're probably going to be why? But just trust me. Superman was your big way of saying the DC's back. And James Gunn did a great job. David Cornsworth did an amazing job as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And he's literally just entitled what Superman is. It just gave me hope that, DC could go in the right direction. And I loved it. Everything was great about it. Number 5, like I said, anime took over.
Great.
Number 5, I'm putting the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie.
That I did see how popular that movie was.
It literally was 9.8 Rotten Tomatoes, box office record. It sold out. If the movie sold out of tickets in Japan 13 minutes on release. If you watch Demon Slayer, you know what's going on. You're going to see a movie. It's so fucking good. The animations are crystal clear. Literally, there's times I was looking at the screen and I'm holy shit, I'm watching a live action. Am I watching a live action movie or what? And just the emotion and just raw, just fighting from everybody there was captured so well. And which is why, I don't know if you saw, but Marlon Wayans, the one that played, that was in You.
Yes.
That his movie came out him. Sorry, him. Yeah. His movie came out around the same time that Demon Slayer did. And literally he did a podcast after where he literally said, fuck anime. And it was just why? He's fuck anime, man. Because Demon Slayer kind of took away, Demon Slayer was the talk of the town when him came out. Him was dog shit, by the way. That movie was horrible. Marlon Wayans was literally the only good part about it, which is why I was okay, let him talk. Because he literally carried that movie as much as he could. That's just the way it is, man. Anime's just, there's some things animes can do that just live actions can't. And they can portray emotion. Sometimes they can portray emotion so much better. They can portray combat and fighting so much better. Cause it's animation, storytelling.
So we're at number 5. So what's number 4?
Demon Slayer was number 4. Number 4, Chainsaw Man Rizai, 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
I didn't even see that. It's rare for a film.
100% Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
That's rare for a film.
And literally, I was watching it with Dean, the guy that you're gonna have on. He literally said he said he liked the Demon Slayer movie. There were some things that were eh, And then when we saw Chainsaw Man, he's like, dude, honestly, 10 out of 10, bro. It was perfect. Like, I like that way more than Demon Slayer. And low-key, I was like, I didn't want to agree with him because I'm more of a Demon Slayer fan than Chainsaw Man fan, but like, I love Chainsaw Man, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I was like, this movie's just better. Like, it literally is just better. Like, the animations were good, like, the music was good, the comedy was so good. Just the whole story about the movie was so well done.
So now we're getting into the top 3.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap them.
So 2 and 3 can be interchangeable. But I'm gonna just put it out how I think it's gonna go out.
Okay.
Number 3, Wicked for Good.
Okay.
Because I literally just saw Wicked yesterday for the first time.
What?
I know, dude. I know. I slacked off a lot, but I was like, I need to see it soon before Wicked 2 comes out or Wicked for Good.
Wicked is amazing.
Dude, it was so good. Be honest, Chris.
Yes.
Jonathan Bailey, is he hot or not?
Absolutely.
I saw him and I'm like, shit.
Dude.
I ain't even gay, but fuck.
Dude, no, Jonathan Bailey he embraced that Prince Fierro energy.
You wanna know what's crazy? During his song, like, Dancing Through Life,
I
literally was like, when I was watching it, I'm like, only Jonathan Bailey could do something like this. I was like, cause one, I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, one, he's gay, and two, it's just like what he was doing with like all the characters and everything and dancing. I'm like, only Jonathan Bailey could do this. And
because it goes with the story. It goes with his character. His character is just carefree, and he just finds a joyous way to go about the everyday of his life. And that in his way was just dancing through life. And that's the perspective that he goes. And then Jonathan Bailey just knew how to channel that through probably his own infectious energy that he brings. And he nailed that role.
My number 2 spot, I literally talked about earlier, Avatar Fire and Ash. Like, literally say the fact that the Avatar series has haters is actually surprising to me because literally I guarantee you they haven't watched the movie.
Yeah, like a lot of the complaints I saw about Avatar in general is just it's too long, it's thin, the story is thin, and it's only known just because of its visuals.
Like, dude, it held the box office record for like 7-8 years. It took the Avengers to take it down.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you expect how are you gonna say it's not good? And yeah, you could say because I saw Avatar: Way of Water, you could say oh, it's kind of the same story. It doesn't really matter because it's still fucking good.
It's not even the same story. It's
that's what some people were saying.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was even better because the combat and everything just looked so much better.
And that's because Guillermo del Toro recently said, I believe it was him, he called it an absolute masterpiece. And there were other reports of those who attended the early screening and said that this is the most emotional of the 3 so far.
I bet, dude. Just the trailers look crazy, super emotional.
So then who's your number 1 spot?
I mean, dude, take a guess, bro. Come on. Do I even need to explain? That's literally what I'm going to put when I show the movie on my list. I'm going to be like, it speaks for itself. I want you to guess what my number 1 is.
The Sinners?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
I was about to lunge at the table if you had not said Sinners, because Sinners is already number 1 for me.
Sinners, dude, I remember when that movie ended, I was just sitting in the theater. I'm like, nothing's beating that this year. I immediately knew it because I was like, that movie was so good. An original story from Ryan Coogler. It was it's not even that scary. You could watch it. It's not a scary film. If you're I literally can't stand horror films. I guess I'm scared. I'm a scared little bitch. I'll say it. I'll admit it.
Sinners is one of the first multi-genre movies that I've seen. Ryan Coogler knew how to balance the story out to give us some action, horror, laughter, jaw-dropping moments. I cried, I laughed, I was on the edge of my seat. I'm hoping that it's gonna sweep the Oscar nominations for
if it doesn't win at least one Oscar, dude, I'm banning the Oscars.
It even also got nominated at the Grammys for its music. That shows.
I just wanted to win something, man.
It's gonna win something. It's definitely going to win something. We just don't know where. Everybody is vouching for is that it needs to get the Oscar nominations for all the major awards.
I want Michael B. Jordan to win best actor in a leading role so bad because of that movie.
Dude, he's up against some stealth competition.
I know he's up against tough competition, but I really want him to win that, man, because he did so good.
Well, he's probably going to be up against Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. Well, this one might be a long shot, but I've heard talks that Leonardo DiCaprio might get nominated for one battle after another.
Really?
Supposedly. Now, of course, Variety and all of the other magazines, they all have their different rankings about what they hear. And right now, it's still early. And Timothée is starting to become like a modern Leonardo DiCaprio with not being in superhero films. I mean, just
Mm-hmm.
Dune is obviously a big franchise as a novel.
Mm-hmm.
Wonka was also another big one. And so all of the other movies that he's done have scaled more towards like Oscar nominated biopics, indies, and stuff like that. So that's where I feel like he's definitely going to get an Oscar nomination. But Michael B. Jordan has definitely going to have some stealth competition there. We're going to have to wrap this up. Otherwise, we're going to be on this podcast forever.
Hey, I don't mind being on it forever, man. We're having a good time here.
Absolutely. But you know what? We are going to have to call it a wrap.
You're good, man.
So a huge thank you to my amazing guest, amazing co-host, Robert, for rocking the mic with me today.
Yes.
So I hope y'all had as much fun listening and watching as much as we have with conversing all of this, because as you can hear, you could tell that he is very passionate about movies, knows the details by heart. And up until the next episode, y'all, keep those drinks refilled, keep the popcorn fresh, and let's remember, the show must go on.
Exactly.
So rock on, and
on.
we will catch y'all next time.
Peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all.